All right, I've got 3 reasons why the Lakers will not make the playoffs this season. All right, so I grabbed the negative card in this one, and I've got to give you 3 reasons why the Lakers won't make the playoffs. That's fine. I'll play the realistic card here. I'm not necessarily saying I don't want them to make the playoffs or they absolutely won't make the playoffs, but here's 3 really good reasons why it might not happen for them this season. Number 3, they've got a really tough schedule here. Nobody's talking about this, but they still have Chicago. They still have Indiana. They still got Golden State twice. They got Memphis. They got the Clippers. They got San Antonio. And the last game of the season at Staples Center, they got the Houston Rockets. So you can't look at this schedule and say, hey, the Lakers, they're just going to breeze through the rest of the season. There's still 9 games under 500 on the road. Think about that. 9 games under 500. They win like one out of every 3 games on the road. And here's my biggest thing with this, is that if you're going to make a surge into the playoffs, you're going to catch 2 good teams, you have to win some games you're not supposed to win. And this entire season, the Lakers haven't done that except for one time against Oklahoma City. Every time you expect them to lose, they lose. Anytime they're supposed to win, they win most of the time. That's going to have to change in the last 20 games of the season if the Lakers are going to overcome the tough schedule and actually find their way into the playoffs and see what happens from there. So that's number 3. Number 2, health issues. Let's not forget that Pau Gasol, who's a key contributor to this team, is still sitting on that bench. And not only that, when he does come back over the next 20 games, that issue still exists. How does Pau Gasol fit into this offense? Mike D'Antoni never figured that out. If you remember, before Pau went out, the problem was we can't figure out how he fits in here. It doesn't make sense. Is he going to play here? Is he going to play inside? Is he going to play with Dwight? That issue hasn't been solved, and that's going to rear its head again for this Lakers team. You're also asking the Lakers to stay healthy for an extended period of time. Guys like Dwight Howard, who's got a bad back, he's got a torn labrum in his shoulder. You're saying over the next 20 games he might not get hurt? Kobe Bryant's battled injuries this year. Steve Nash battled injuries this year. Even Earl Clark and Steve Blake have battled injuries this year. For them to actually be able to move forward and into the playoff picture, we're asking all these guys to stay 100% healthy and have no more issues. They haven't done that all season, and they're going to have to do it right now over these last 20 games if they're going to squeak into that number 8 or that number 7 seed. And the number 1 reason why the Lakers might not make the playoffs this season is it's too little, too late. Look, 60 games. That's how long it took for this Lakers team to get to 500. 60 games. So here they are. They're sitting 60 games, and they got 20 games left. 10 of them are on the road. 10 of them are at home. And you can blame it on whatever you want. You can say it's Dwight Howard. You can say it's Mike D'Antoni, or that it's any number of injuries or all the issues that have gone on this year. But the reality is we're looking at this Lakers team right now that's played 60 games and played 500 ball in those 60 games. We now need them to play 700 ball, or maybe even better. And we're also asking for some help. We're asking for the Houston Rockets, and we're asking for the Utah Jazz to free fall right out of the playoffs. That's kind of asking a lot, and it's nothing like scoreboard watching in Laker Nation. But you know what? There's still 20 games to play. It'll be interesting to see what happens. These are 3 reasons why the Lakers might not make the playoffs this season. So I think I already know the answer to this, and what do you guys think? I'm sure you're going to grill me in the comments, but go ahead and do that. If you disagree with me, if you agree with me, leave a comment in the comment section below. Be sure to like this video and, of course, subscribe to our channel. For STNTV, my name is Jason Riley. Hey, before you go anywhere, you got to click on this video right down here. It's the top 10 highest paid NBA players, and it's absolute gold from David Brickley.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm in it, it has to be great, right, Jason? But also the top 10 Sports Illustrated models of all time. Of all time? You know you got to click that.
I didn't have anything to do with that, but I will say, I think we can agree, they do need to subscribe, which they can see the button right now.
Top sports news all week, every week, STNTV, subscribe.